Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hi guys, and welcome to another Fool of the Week. And this week's Fool is Andrew Mitchell, a Tory MP. Now, Andrew said something really stupid when he appeared on Politics Live. However, Mr. Mitchell may not actually be a fool, and he may actually be trolling Boris Johnson, but I'm not so sure. This was all about lying in Parliament. Let's hear what he had to say and see if you can determine whether he's a troll or a fool.
But we've also had the Scottish Conservative leader Douglas Ross saying yesterday that Boris Johnson will have to resign if he has misled the House. First of all, do you think he has misled the House? And if it turns out he has, would you be calling for his resignation?
Well, let's be clear, this is an unedifying episode of government, and what we need now is complete transparency. It's the worst form of government action when all this stuff is dragged out gradually by revelations in the media. The government needs to make a complete clean breast of all of this, and we need total transparency so that they get ahead of the game. I'm in no doubt that Boris Johnson will not have misled the House, because any Prime Minister who's speaking from the dispatch box misled the House would indeed have to resign, and I'm sure Boris would never allow himself to be put in that position.
So let me get this straight. Boris Johnson did not mislead the House, because if he did, he would have resigned, and because he hasn't resigned, he hasn't misled the House. Is that correct? So Boris Johnson, of course Boris Johnson is not going to resign because Boris Johnson hasn't lied. Well, we know that Boris Johnson lies. So I don't know if Andrew here is an idiot, a fool, or he's attempting to troll Boris Johnson. Now, I actually think he may actually be trolling Johnson, because at the beginning he talked about the government. He didn't go directly to Boris Johnson. And at the end he says here, look, it's not possible for Boris Johnson to stay at the dispatch box, because if he lied at the dispatch box, he would have resigned. I think he's being a little bit trollish here. Now, maybe I'm misunderstanding this and he's just an idiot, but the fact that he's first talked about the government cleaning up cleaning up their act, transparency, all of this, and then he talked about Boris Johnson, I'm more inclined to think that, yes, he's actually trolling here. But if he's not trolling, and he's just an idiot, the idea that Boris Johnson hasn't lied, everyone knows that he lies. Boris Johnson himself knows that he lies. You know, the fact that people who call it out get punished, and not him, because of parliamentary rules. I'm trying to rack my brain to think of a time when Boris Johnson has actually corrected the record. I can't find any examples of that. Maybe something happened 5 or 6 years ago, but not while he was Prime Minister. He has lied on numerous occasions. I think he lies at every Prime Minister's questions. Every time he's there, he lies about something. So we know this. Andrew knows this. The BBC know this, the public know this, Parliament knows this, so you can't really say that, yes, of course he would resign if he misled Parliament. And obviously he hasn't resigned because he hasn't misled Parliament. I'll see you next time, guys, for our next Fool of the Week. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.